Okay, hi, I'm Laura Visco. I'm Deputy ECD at 72 and Sunny in Amsterdam. But today I'm not going to talk about the work I do at the agency. I'm going to talk about my side project, my passion project that is called Invisible Creatives. And I'm going to take you through the work that I've been doing on that project in the last year. But first, I'm going to do an introduction on why we've done that project and the need for it. So, 15%, that's the appalling percentage of female ECDs worldwide. This is still a very male industry, the advertising one. And everybody just thinks that this is a given and don't really think about the causes of why this is happening. But in a way, like, well, why you actually ended up in this place? Why is so male and so white? Because of a number of reasons. First one is that advertising is a boys' club. That's a picture of a jury room in, I think, in Peru. There's only one woman, as you can see. So it's difficult to hire more women if you don't know more women. And it's a typical phrase that all male executives say, like, I will hire more women, I just don't know any. That's another problem, that is the mold of success, how you have to be in this industry in order to succeed is still very masculine. It's still very macho, wealthish, and very Anglo. What's that mean? Like to make it to the top, you need to fit a certain criteria. You have to be assertive, aggressive, really strong in the meeting rooms, being loud and being very, very rigid. Sometimes it happens like in meeting rooms, you say something and then your male colleague just says exactly the same, and everybody's like, yeah, that's right. And you're like, but I just said exactly the same. And sometimes they just go like, yeah, but he was more assertive by saying it. Well, there's a certain criteria that you need to fit, and that criteria is being louder. And that doesn't have a lot to do with female leadership. And there, a little bit of a sassy comment on that is like most clients are also to blame for that, because that's still what they're asking for when they look for a male creative director. And then promotions happen on facts, not on potential. So this is a super harsh thing to say, but it's true. As women, we have to prove over and over and over and over again that we can do the job, and then we can promote it. It doesn't matter, maybe we should have been promoted 5 years ago, but it's like by proving it over and over and over again, you can promote it. But somehow that's not the same case with men. They get promoted on potential. It's like they somehow know that guys will be able to do it. So they have the potential to do it. And then this thing is on us, I think, for cultural reasons, on how we are raised, to be more quiet and more humble. And we really struggle to get PR, to actually make a statement about ourselves. That's something that within time I learned how to do. Actually, right now I do too much PR probably, but it was a learning for me. It wasn't something that was natural for me. We struggle also to be on a stage and give a talk. Essentially this moment for me, 5, 6, 7 years ago was traumatic for me. I wasn't, very familiar or very comfortable to be on the spotlight, and that's something cultural. We also struggle to talk openly about money, and that impacts how we negotiate our salaries. This is also on us too. And this is a name I gave to the women that actually make it to the top and then don't do anything for the women that are still, trying to get there. It's like the chosen one syndrome. They made us believe that there's not enough room at the top, so we don't help each other naturally. Now there's a lot more sorority and there's a lot more of that happening, but that wasn't the case 6, 7, 10 years ago. It's like if you made it to the top, that's it. You didn't help other women to be there, like to get there with you. So depressing, right? I don't want you guys to go back home feeling like this woman from Argentina came and depressed the hell out of everyone and then left. This is the point where actually I flip the presentation. So, because wait a minute, if you look at the campaigns that were like huge in these last few years, like it's a tie-dye, we're the superhumans, the talk. All these campaigns have something in common, and that's not only been revolutionary for the industry and very award-winning. There were female creatives behind all of those campaigns. We Are the Superhumans had a female CD behind, It's a Tie-Dye had a female team behind, and The Talk had a female writer behind. But the thing is, nobody really talks about them, and nobody knows about them. So we spotted like a black hole in this problem, in this gender problem in the advertising industry. The industry right now is floating with debates and talks and panels and influencers and pins and T-shirts of female empowerment and roundtables and a lot of blah blah. But we actually encountered that there was actually no one talking about female talent, and it feels like it's somehow like a bad word to talk about female talent. And by not doing this, you're fueling the narrative that women are just not creative. If we don't start talking about the amazing work that some women are doing, first of all, we don't inspire the new generations, and secondly, we just keep on fueling this narrative that just women are just not creative enough, and they need to be hired because it looks bad in the picture, like I just show you, and not because they are amazing. So we came with this fact is that there are very talented women in advertising, they're just less visible. So that's what we call Invisible Creatives. It's an initiative that wants to start changing the gender narrative in the industry once and for all by making it a talent one and showcasing the amazing work of female creatives. And this is a very short reel of what the project is about and what we accomplished so far. So how do I play? Okay, cool. So yeah, this is what I've been working the last year alongside my work at 71 Sunny, which has been very difficult because this is a ton of work. These stats are actually old, so I'm going to take you through the new stats. So we almost have 1 almost 1,000 portfolios. Just only one from Russia, so please sign up. 35 countries and 25 pledges. Basically, pledges is like agencies are willing to use the database for future female hires. And our focus is on junior, mid-level, and senior talent. So basically the ones that get zero visibility, because from creative director level to ECD, I mean, you start having some visibility, but this level is like, they're nowhere to be seen. And then another thing that we do is we choose every month the portfolio of the month. It's like 10 portfolios curated by someone in the industry. So in that way, we expose these women to various different people in the industry, and we give them like a little interview. And sometimes it's the first time they actually give an interview in their lives, and we make their faces and their work very visible. It all started with a spreadsheet that got shared online, where all women were filling, their portfolios and position and name. And then overnight, we found out that someone changed the name of the document to handmaids, as if that was an insult, right? But this was actually our wake-up call that, these women deserve more than just a spreadsheet, but more like a platform for the work to be seen. These are the agencies. Well, I mean, we have a lot more that pledged to use the platform to find new talent. And this last Cannes, we did an editorial with Adweek for agencies to start sending more female creatives to Cannes, and not the usual suspects in if you actually win an award, you should be on stage, because the only way to get more female creatives is actually to see more women creatives. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it's just to make them more visible and don't feel like you are a unicorn lost in an advertising industry. Follow us on Invisible Creatives. Send us your portfolio. We have very little portfolios from Russia, so please join. Spread the voice about the project. And the revolution starts with idea, not with stats, not with depressing stats and numbers about the very low amount of women that we have in the industry, but it starts with talent, and this is the only way to change the industry. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Laura. Вопросы, questions? Мужчины, есть вопросы у вас? Так, пожалуйста. Девушки, ладно, все, я пошутил. Пожалуйста, вот микрофон.
Hey, first of all, thank you so much for the talk. I have a question for you. So, as for me, as a creator, I want to be recognized as a person, and in some way, I find it a little humiliating if I achieve something and people only praise me for me achieving something as a woman. And I know it's one of your messages, but how you fight that?
I didn't get that part, the last part.
How do you fight just being praised for being a woman and achieving something, but not a person?
I hate it, actually. That's why all the questions that we ask the female creatives are about the work. That's a bit that we need to start changing. It's like, otherwise, I encounter that a lot when I give interviews and stuff, that they just ask me about being a woman in the industry, and I'm a lot more than that. Ask me about the work that I do. That's the only way that I inspire more women to get in the industry. I find it also very, very frustrating.
Thank you.
Еще вопросы?
Anyone else?
Так, еще вопрос от девушки. Мужчины стесняются задавать вопросы, видите?
Я хотела бы уточнить, в чем конкретно заключается суть проекта. Вы собираете портфолио у женщин из разных стран и затем находите им работу в крупной компании, правильно я понимаю?
What is the actual point of this project? You gather the portfolios from women all over the world and then help them to find a job in advertising agency or company. Is it the point?
How it actually works is like, because nobody really know where to find. Is that the typical phrase? It's like, yeah, I will hire more, but I don't know where to find them. There's one place that we created. Okay, if you need a new hire, or you need someone to be judging at the advertising festival, or you need a speaker, or here are all the women that work in the industry in your country. So it's basically just a place where you can find them. Otherwise, again, you get all male juries, or you get the usual suspects everywhere. It's like, it's just opening up for possibilities for women. This is not a database for women only to get hired. Not all of them are actually looking for a job, but all of them are looking for more possibilities to be seen. I think that's the aim of the database.
Да, не всегда и не столько, чтобы найти работу, но, может быть, выступить на конференции, там, написать статью и так далее, то есть, чтобы они были в большей степени видны. More questions?
Есть вопрос еще. А вы не думали над такой идеей создать женский бизнес-инкубатор? Потому что на самом деле, думаю, много таких вот молодых девушек, которые горят какими-то вот идеями, и просто не хватает именно наставника, коуча, который бы от каких-то уж ошибок вовремя бы увел и, в принципе, просто помог бы поверить в себя.
So didn't you think about creating something like women business incubator to help women not to make some mistakes, maybe inspire them and so on?
You mean like more like mentorship? That's
Mentorship, I think, yes.
I think we do actually have some initiatives on that. For instance, we're training 4 women to give a talk at the upcoming advertising festival. Because I mean, we don't get any guidance on how to do that, and it can be quite scary without any guidance. So we do have some. We actually do some very specific mentorship on very. On some topics, but also, I mean, this is the work I do like on the side of what I actually do. So there's also so much I can do. I always get questions from aspiring female creatives, and I try always to reply to all of them and to help them and mentor them in any way. You know, making the portfolio better. If I have a specific question about a topic or something that they're struggling with, or right now what we're doing with this other festival, actually coaching them to be able to give a talk in front of a lot of people, which is not easy. But yeah, there's also so much we can do.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Laura.